All right, team, another Monday workout for you today, coming from Tulum, Mexico. I've actually never been here before. And yeah, it's a really beautiful spot. So today what I figured we'd do is something with no equipment. I didn't bring any bands with me, I didn't bring anything, I just literally have my body. So I figured this would be a good opportunity to work on a few different things. So working on upper body strength, that is going to help you with your pull-up without a pull-up bar. And then core strength, that's going to help you with your pull-up without a pull-up bar. So this is something that you can definitely always come back to when you're like, oh, I'm away, I don't have a bar, but I still want to make sure that I'm, moving the needle in getting my first pull-up or strengthening that pull-up. So a lot of this is going to be working on upper body overhead range of motion and mobility. And like I said, core strength, as well as we're going to work on some pushing strength and things along those lines. So grab your mat, get ready. We're going to have some fun. So let's start off with some stretching. So we're going to inhale all the way up. Exhale, bring the elbows back and down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, bring the elbows back and down. One more time, all the way up. Exhale, bring the elbows back and down. Let's drop the left hand down, right arm, and stretch it. Look up to the ceiling. Place the hand down. Let's shift to the other side. Look up to the ceiling. Really giving yourself the opportunity to breathe and just be here right now, even if you had a crazy day, a crazy week. A few more seconds. One more. Awesome. Let's place those hands onto the mat, knees onto the mat, tuck the toes under to get a little toe stretch here, arch the back, push through, round the spine. And inhale. Exhale it out. Inhale. Exhale. So I put on these pull-up workshops each month, and one of the things that people had said was mind-blowing to them was the fact that the pull-up is a full body move. Most people just think that in order to work on your pull-up, you just need to only work on hanging on the bar and doing all this crazy pull-up stuff, but it's a really well-rounded movement, which is why I love having people train it, because it transforms their entire body. Awesome, let's push back into a downward dog, pedal at the feet. I realize I don't have any music on, so we're gonna take those off. And we're gonna roll down forward, hips down, chest up, toes up, sway side to side. And just really breathe here. And let's repeat that again, all the way back. Pedal out the feet, sink down to each heel. Roll it on forward, hips down, chest up, toes up, rock it side to side. Let's push back into a child's pose. Take that right arm over the left, thumb to the ceiling, rotate, look up. Back to the center, and do the same thing on the opposite side. And again, really taking your time with each movement here. Sinking down a little bit longer if you need to. And breathing. Awesome. Next up, let's stretch out those wrists, so fingertips towards the body. Rock it forward and back. Roll around to the right. Roll around to the left. Turn your hands out, rock it side to side. And let's do some spaghetti and meatballs. So clap the hands together, make some spaghetti. Make some meatballs. Cheese. Spread the sauce. One more time, clap it together. Make some spaghetti. Make some meatballs. Cheese. Spread the sauce. Awesome, come on out. We're gonna start with our first round of exercises. This is gonna be really working on that overhead range of motion. Now, when you do your pull-up, where are your arms? Over your head. But a lot of times you're sitting all day and our body gets kind of like stuck in that position. So this becomes really tough to do. So we're gonna do a bunch of different movements that are really, really good for that. And we're gonna be doing them laying on our stomach. So make sure you have a mat. And we're gonna go through some Y's, T's, L's, and W's. So you're gonna lay onto the floor, and we're gonna do 10 of these moves. So head down, thumbs up to the ceiling, Y with your hands. You're gonna lift up for 10. And just go as high as you can. Oh, these little ant things are like all over the place. It's like, I feel like I can't get away from them. The wonders of working outside. Working out outside, it's like, it sounds all glamorous until you're doing it and there's like bugs on you. 9, 10 to the T. We're gonna go to the L now, lifting it up. And my W version is elbows on the floor, lift the palms up for a little rotation. We're gonna do that one again. Thumbs up, 10. Arms out to the side for 10. Nice and flat for 10. Elbows down, rotate for 10. Take a second. We're gonna do it again. Again, yes. And again, remember, have your feet on the floor, your forehead's on the floor. You're just lifting up as high as you can. When you think about mobility, flexibility is how far you can stretch, right? Mobility is how far you can stretch, but then also have function in that movement and have function in that movement. So this is really cool doing these because we're working on, slowly getting up to that range, and then we're gonna work on the next piece, which will be actually adding function to that movement. So head down, lift it up for 10. Arm out to the side for 10. Palms down for 10. And rotate for 10. Awesome. So now we have a little extra mobility in our shoulders, and now what I want to do is we're going to start to combine some movements to really make sure that we're working on some strength for our upper body, the mobility piece of it where we are strengthening those areas, and then our core, which is my favorite. So first one we're going to do, so we're going to do a Superman with a pullback. So I like to call these Superman, if you had a band on your wrist, I call them Superman band pulls. I don't know why, but that's what they're called. So feet are together. See if you can squeeze your toes together, lift your hands up, and then drive the elbows back as if you're swimming, forward, and then come back down. So we're gonna do that movement. That's gonna be movement number 1. Movement number 2, we're gonna place our hands onto the floor, and we're gonna work on our push-up with a hand release. So you're literally going to go up into your push-up, come down, release the hands from the floor, lift your palms up, and then come back up. That's movement number 2. The last one we're gonna do is gonna be scapular push-ups. Now this is gonna be really good, especially for a lot of people. It's really tough for them to get their scapular to move. So what you want them to look like is like this. As if when you're coming back, you're just squeezing, you're pinching right here in your back, okay? So we're gonna do those swimmers, push-up hand release, and then we're gonna come up and we're gonna go into scapular push-ups, and we're gonna repeat that a few times. So why don't let's do a 5-minute AMRAP, why not? That's what I'm feeling right now. Let's stay on 5-minute AMRAP. So AMRAP means as many rounds as possible. It's a great way to get, again, something in quick, especially if you're on vacation. So 5 minutes. Let's do 10 of each of these moves. If you need to do your push-ups on your knees, that is totally fine. Or you can do them with your hands on a chair or something. The only reason that might be tough right now is because we're doing a hand release. So that's gonna be tough to hand release on there. So you can totally drop down to your knees when you're doing this. Or at least lower down, not on your knees, and then you can power up with your knees, if that makes sense. I'll show you. So 5 minutes on the clock. We're gonna go and make sure this is on. Yeah, we're good. In 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna swim for 10. So up, bring it back and forward. Notice how I'm not going that fast too. I'm gonna take my time because that's what actually matters. It's not about how fast you're moving. It's about making sure you're really understanding your body and what it's doing. Keep going. We're going all the way up to 10. Awesome. We're going to go into that push-up position now. We're going to do 10 push-ups with the hand release. So again, if you need to, fire up up to your knees. Then go to your feet, lower down, release. Hands down, knees down, power up. So you can do it like that if you need to, or you can just do it completely on your feet. This is 3. What I've noticed in my push-ups is I tend to put my head down like this. Your neck should be neutral in all these moves. So if I ever see myself doing that, I get so mad at the camera because I'm like, that's not what it's supposed to look like. Keep breathing. We're going all the way up to 10. Once you're done with your 10, we're going to the scapular push-ups. If you need to do these, just like this first, a few, do that. You don't want an elbow bend. And that's the hardest part with it. And you can totally do these on your knees. So scapular push-ups are 10. Great way to help with the pull-up. And back to the ground. We're 3 minutes in. Let's see if we can get another round in. Lift it up, bring it back, down, up. Really pinch it to the back. Toes are up. And again, really this is helping your pull-up. I had a client, for those of you who don't know this, I coach. So if you ever want to be coached, make sure you set up a call with me and we can chat about what best coaching option is for you. But she sent me a message. She was like, I was so happy going to the beach the other day because I finally felt really good in my body from working on pull-ups. Our goal wasn't to get a bikini body, but now into those push-ups for 10, she feels confident going to the gym because she worked on her skill, the pull-up, and what she realized as she was working on it is that she's getting so much more out of it. Because a lot of people are fearful of working on their pull-up because they think that they have to just do pull-ups. It's not the case. Again, full body movement. You will work on your upper body strength and your entire body while you're working on the pull-up. And that is the beauty of it. Scapular push-ups. So stop holding yourself back and saying, I can't work on that. Maybe it's time to work on something different like that, because when you put the pressure on yourself of getting the bikini body, it's not sustainable. It doesn't feel good. I'm not saying it's not a good goal to have, and aesthetic goals are totally fine. Back to the beginning, we've got 1 minute left, but it's way more fun to work on a skill and get something really cool out of it, and that transformation all happens during that. You become more confident. You show up for yourself more. You think to yourself, what else could possibly be possible now? Oh, I'm feeling this. push-ups, hand release, let's go. And remember, you can totally do the knee thing. Knee up, feet up, drop it down. Great way to strengthen your push-up is by doing this. I don't know what number I'm on. I think that's 5. Keep going. Don't put your head down like me. Keep it neutral. And when you think about neutral, you want to think as if pretending there's something between your chin and your chest. So you're not looking down. It's just nice and neutral. 2 and 1. Awesome, come on out. Whew, so what I like to do with those things is to write out how many rounds that I did. And then if I do this workout again, I'll try and beat that time. So it's a little competition of me versus me. Me versus me. All right, next thing we're gonna do is some core, because again, working on a pull-up, full body move. We just did the upper body piece, really working on our mobility, really working on this piece here, which will help to engage and get your lats firing up. And now we're gonna work on the core, because the core is a huge piece in this. And the hollow hold is a huge piece of getting your pull-up. So we're gonna work on that to get ourselves feeling really good. And the position that we're in on the floor is basically the position you'll have on the bar if you're hanging with your feet out in front of you. So let's do first one. I'm feeling, yeah, I love this little sequence that I have that we will have going here. So what we'll do is we'll do hollow hold for 30 seconds, okay? Then we're gonna go directly into a hollow rock for 10. Then we're gonna go into an abandoned ship for 10. So abandoned ship, you go side to side. And then we're gonna do a V-in for 10. And you can do V-in with your feet straight or your hands behind you. And we're just gonna do it 2 times around. Again, quick, simple vacation workout. What's wild is, I mean, people think that I'm on vacation here in Tulum, but I work the entire time. When you work for yourself, you work all the time no matter what. But you can just do it in cool locations. But anyway, so let's start with that 30-second hollow. If you can't hold the hollow for the entire time, no big deal. You can always come out and then readjust and then go back into it. So let's go into that hollow hold. We're gonna get into a ball in 3, 2, and 1. Get into a ball, pat your feet, your knees, extend it out, hold it. We're doing this for 30 seconds. Hands above your head's gonna make it a little bit harder. Hands here is a little bit easier, so pick what feels good for you. Maybe it's a halfway point, but you wanna really squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Feet are off the ground, shoulders are off the ground. You're breathing. You've got 10 seconds here. And then we're gonna go into those hollow rocks for 10. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, keep going. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you need to take a break in between, you can. Let's go to those abandoned shifts for 10. We're just gonna do 10 all together and then 10 V-ins, either bent knees or straight legs. Rock it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Into the V-ins. 1. I'm gonna do my knees bent. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. All right, take a break. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Let's go. So I'm gonna give myself a good minute break. I like to time my breaks so I make sure I have them. Yeah, this week too, I haven't really worked out the entire week because I wasn't feeling well at all last Monday, which was 4th of July. And I wasn't feeling good for the past, for those 3 days. I felt like I had fever, chills, really felt like shit. Then I ended up getting like a rash on my hands, my feet, which were crazy. Now it's finally gone, everything's gone. Since I've been traveling, it was gone before that, but I had to take a break for some of my workouts because I'm like, girl, you gotta slow down. Your body needs some time to recover. So really happy that I listened to my body. Gave myself a break from movement to let my body recover. And that happens. Life is all about having different seasons, right? 10 seconds. We're gonna go into that hollow for 30 seconds again in 3, 2, and 1. Extend it back, hold it. Yeah, my boyfriend and I did yesterday this thing called a Tesmacall, just like a ceremony. She talked about that. She said she talked about embracing whatever season that you're in. And sometimes the season's winter and it sucks. Sometimes it's summer and if everything feels good, but embracing it and knowing that that's a part of life. You don't have to be in summer, all the time. 3, 2, and 1, 10 seconds. 1, 2, that's not realistic. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Side to side for 10. See if you can connect it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. V-ins in and out. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew, break. Whew. 1 minute break. The whole thing takes about a minute, it seems like. Whew. But yeah, again, being okay with taking those breaks. I think people get so hard on themselves when maybe they start to get in a role with something that they're working towards, and then all of a sudden it's nope, life is nah, girl, we are not to doing that this week. You can beat yourself up about it, but just if you know and you embrace it and you lean into it and you're like, oh, this is a part of life, this is a season of life, I'm just gonna get back to it when my body feels good. It's gonna make things feel a lot better. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. There's still ants on the floor. Good times. Back to that hollow hold. And if you're feeling the hollow hold in your back, I want you to bring it in a little bit closer. I'll show you how to do that. All right, almost there. Got lots of marks on my feet, huh? 3, 2, and 1. Here, pat it down, extend. If you need to stop here, that is okay. Push the back down towards the ground so you're really feeling this core on fire. You can keep your feet up. As you extend it out, it's gonna make it a bit harder and a bit harder to keep this core engagement. So if you have to, keep it here. Keep it here. If you're feeling good, extend it out. If you're feeling even better, put your arms up. These are options. This is stuff that you build up to. Keep going. Oop. Timer. Oop. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Rocket for 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Side to side for 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. V in for 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take a second. Whew. And we're gonna stretch it out. We did it. High five, team. And again, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Check out my free workshops. Grab a pull-up program, a core program. Come get coached by me. Inhale, exhale, chest up tall. And drop a comment if this workout felt good for you. Let's dip our shoulders down to each side. And if you're now like, oh wow, I can still work on my pull-up when I'm on vacation. Yes, you can. Push it back and do a downward dog. Pedal out the feet. Sink down into each heel. Let's stretch out that upper body a little bit. Give yourself a hug. If you have to comment, subscribe, join in. And if you have any requests for workouts, I'm here every Monday. Here every Monday. Just for you guys.